KARK4.
No noisy thunderstorms tonight. We're under partly cloudy skies right now, and we'll continue to stay that way through the overnight hours. Most places, in fact, becoming mostly clear. A little bit later on this week, into the start of the weekend, we'll be watching a storm system come out of the Pacific Northwest. That's going to drag a cold front through. Then, as we head into the middle of the upcoming work week, a tropical wave now moving toward the Bahamas will mean an increase in rain chances around here. Temperatures, well, they're still going to be rather hot. Your forecast first for Little Rock, we're looking for a partly cloudy to mostly sunny day for your Wednesday. We're going to top it out in the low 90s. KARK4 News at 10 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK4 News.
Breaking news coming in with the last 30 minutes. Former Razorback star quarterback and NFL free agent Ryan Mallett has been arrested under suspicion of driving while intoxicated. An arrest report shows his blood alcohol content was .08. He was arrested tonight in Springdale about 7 o'clock. He was booked into the Washington County Detention Center. Stay with KARK as we learn more about that developing story. Things getting heated after a city council meeting tonight in the town of Winchester in Drew County. City council members voted against connecting its sewer system to the city of Dumas. The problem is the town has never had a sewer system, and people say the smelly nuisance is adding more problems, and they're fed up with it. Thanks for joining us tonight. To anybody, I'm Bob Clausen. Ashley has the evening off. KARK4's Rochelle Turner was at tonight's meeting. She is joining us now live from Winchester with the latest on this. What is the latest on this, and where does the city go from here, Rochelle?
Well, Bob, good evening to you. Tonight, Winchester Mayor Demetrius Trotter called it a closed city council meeting, and he wouldn't let anyone speak, which upset a lot of people. Now, this all stems back to this contract, which dates back to March of this year, between the city of Dumas and the town of Winchester, saying Dumas would collect sewage from Winchester because they've never had a sewage system. But in order for this agreement to move forward, it needs an agreement, it needs a signature from the mayor, and tonight he said he's not going to sign it. Things quickly turned heated Tuesday night at the city council meeting in Winchester. After the meeting was over, a fight broke out.
I think it's disgusting, and I think it's very upsetting for the community. You see the crowd out here. People are arguing and fussing, wanting to put their hands on each other for no reason.
People frustrated because the town of Winchester has never had a sewer system.
When you flush the commodes and you go outside and look in your ditches, your waste is laying in the ditches.
And people say the ongoing problem continues to grow, even taking a toll on their health.
A lot of people having a lot of breathing problems here, stomach problems, inhaling this.
But people in the town were hoping to get rid of the stench with help from the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission. A $3 million grant would allow the city of Dumas to collect sewage from Winchester. A loan for $975,000 would make improvements to the Dumas sewer system, but city council members voted the agreement down.
Pertaining to Winchester Dumas sewage project did not pass.
The mayor says he's not signing the agreement.
I have no comment.
People say they're fed up with the smelly situation.
That we're not defeated. This is not over with. And I can assure you that these citizens will not put him back in office.
Now, people in Winchester have already started a petition to remove Mayor Demetrius Trotter from office. Now, the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission, they're going to be actually meeting next Wednesday on the 18th, which is the deadline between this agreement. And I'm told by the Arkansas Resources Commission that if an agreement is not met between then, that the funds would be de-obligated and that Winchester would have to apply for new funds. Tonight, we're live in Winchester. I'm Rochelle Turner, KARK4 News.
Rochelle, thanks very much. KARK4 News always working for you. If there's something going on that you think deserves a closer look from our team, let us know about it. You can give us a call or send us an email. Of course, you can remain anonymous. Little Rock police say a man found stabbed at a hotel Saturday night died this morning. Authorities were called to the Cimarron Inn by a child who said that her father was dead. When officers got there, they found 56-year-old Aliuk Akbar with multiple stab wounds, multiple puncture wounds. He was taken to a hospital where he survived for 3 days, as mentioned. Authorities identifying 34-year-old Siobhan Britton as a suspect. She was arrested on battery charges, which have now been upgraded to first-degree murder. Another death from lung disease related to vaping and e-cigarettes was announced today in Kansas. Now 6 in total, and health officials in more than 30 states are investigating reports of vaping-related illnesses popping up there. And the federal government and private health advocates are warning people about the dangers of vaping. Chris Pallone takes a closer look at how they're now calling for stricter regulations for the industry.
Public health officials in Houston are the latest to sound the alarm on the dangers of vaping.
The bottom line is this is a real phenomenon. Parents, you need to look out for your kids, find out what they're doing, educate them that this is dangerous.
The city is investigating 3 cases of lung disease believed to be tied to the use of e-cigarettes. Across the country, at least 450 people have gotten sick and 6 have died from injuries attributed to vaping.
It needs to be thought of as an injury to the lungs caused by something in the vaping.
The Centers for Disease Control and state health departments are scrambling to find the cause of this sudden surge in vaping illnesses and whether it's solely confined to e-cigarettes filled with nicotine liquids or those with cannabis components. It's sending otherwise healthy people to the hospital. Monday, the federal government threatened to take action against Juul, accusing the e-cigarette maker of marketing directly to students and calling its device totally safe. Juul says it is reviewing the government's letter and will fully cooperate. Meanwhile, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg says he'll spend $160 million to get flavored e-cigarettes banned in the United States.
To allow kids to go ahead and buy this product with flavors that is what really appeals to them, and to damage their health for the rest of their lives, perhaps, before we ever do the research is just unconscionable.
A safer alternative to smoking or a dangerous modern variation of the same habit. Health officials say they just don't know.
That was Chris Pallone reporting. Back here in Arkansas, schools are doing what they can to make sure kids aren't picking up the habits. The North Little Rock School District says, like several others throughout the state, vaping is prohibited on campus. It falls under the zero-tolerance tobacco policy. If students are caught with vape products, they're confiscated and their parents are called. They also face punishment, starting with 3 days of in-school suspension for a first offense. Scott Stubbs, who owns a local vape shop, says they go above and beyond to prevent selling to minors.
You'll have an of-age person coming in, and they'll be looking at their phone like, I need this flavor and this. I'm like, come on. I'll need to see the ID of whoever you're talking to.
She says her shop is also heavily regulated when it comes to ingredients in all of their products. She believes many of the teens who are using vape products underage are ordering them online. U.S. Congressman Steve Womack demanding an investigation to the Fayetteville VA following the misconduct of a former pathologist there. Mr. Womack testified this afternoon before the House Committee on Veterans Affairs on the need for increased accountability and transparency at the VA. He spoke at length about the allegations against Dr. Robert Levy, the former chief of pathology at the Fayetteville VA, found to be impaired on the job. Levy was recently indicted on 31 federal charges, including manslaughter. Womack questioned the choices made by VA leadership.
I will never understand why the VA returned Mr. Levy to duty as a supervisor without putting necessary safeguards in place to ensure that his work was properly reviewed. At the very least, an independent review process should have been set up to allow his subordinates to submit their reviews outside the usual chain of command.
Following Womack's speech, committee members said that they would pursue this investigation. We reached out to the Fayetteville VA, and it provided us with this statement saying, quote, Veterans Health Care System, the Ozarks, used all legal measures in its control to fire this individual as quickly as possible. When he was found to be unsafe to work, VHSO acted quickly to remove him from clinical care, revoked his clinical privileges, and initiated administrative and clinical review process. The city of Little Rock kicks off its 2020 budget conversations. It started tonight at City Hall with a general overview of what will be discussed over the next few months. Mayor Frank Scott Jr. says that he will hold community forums before the board is asked to vote on the budget. This is the first time the city will discuss financial plans since laying off dozens earlier this year. Some board members are already voicing their thoughts about this, saying housing and code enforcement should be a priority for the city.
Is there any way fees, permits, and things that are associated with housing, rental properties, is there any way to take some of that money and apply it to our code staff to get these people raises so that we don't have the turnover that we have? They need to be making at least $32,000.
There will be several public meetings to discuss the budget before it's approved. The public invited to attend a meeting on September 30th at the Center at University Park. No time has been announced. We'll let you know when that does happen. We are your local election headquarters. Voters in Hot Springs hitting a home run tonight for young athletes there. An $8.5 million baseball complex was approved tonight. The final tally, 1,126 for, 712 against. The money will pay for acquiring lands, building the facility, and equipping it with concession stands, lighting, and parking improvements, among others. It'll be paid off with bonds from the city and existing taxes.